Minneapolis artist Tim Carroll produced a temporary work for our Artery 2010 event last year that was confined to Gallery 2 and was just 6 hours duration. And it seemed to me that to kind of challenge him to extend the piece to the entire 12,000 square feet of the soap factory space would be interesting.
They're bad people, and they put together 2 pieces.
Yeah, we don't know what's like a create a scene. Like because yeah, they made their own scene.
Yeah.
You know, you can
You
see
wanna
like
cut?
a cut and
Yeah, that has to be cut.
Artery was a personal challenge to myself about endurance. I was interested in the idea of endurance. How long can I go drawing lines as tall as my body in a continual fashion without stopping? There's a lot of tar paper and a lot of chalk lines that will be drawn, and the construction is wood that is covered in tar paper that floats off the ground by about 15 to 18 inches and is below the ceiling at any given point between 3 feet and 9 feet. So it floats through the space, much like a magnetic tape goes through a reel-to-reel tape recorder or a projector of film. It weaves through the building in that sense. The building informed the volunteers, myself, and the interns very much on where the paper went and where we had to build a framework. So in a sense, this work is also about the building as much as it's about anything else. I don't know, maybe I'm just decorating the building. But I think actually the building and I have an agreement and we're working together. This is the first time an installation that is attaching to walls has occurred since they removed the 2 video rooms and this project room. This used to be more walls. So I'm really, really happy to be able to run through for the first time in the new space and attach to walls. I think that it's primarily about contrast, like a high contrast situation. So yeah, looking for a black background is what led me to tar paper. Now, using tar paper kind of goes back for me a ways. So that was not invented for Artery 2010. I used tar paper in all the arteries, actually. And a little bit before that is when I discovered how much I enjoy tar paper. I was looking for a black ground to work on, and I considered black gesso on board, but that was, well, it's more expensive, it's less recyclable. All of this that we're using is recyclable and will be recycled. Plus, I wanted size, I wanted monumental size, and so constructing all of this out of like board and black gesso would be pretty daunting. Could be really cool too, but nonetheless, on a budget. So black tar paper came to my mind. And when I found it at Home Depot, I also started thinking about Greek pottery with the black background and how I've always been drawn to that. Something about the black background in art. It also comes up in Victorian embroidery. After Philip died, Queen Victoria mandated that all embroidery in the castles be on black background for mourning, as she famously mourned for the rest of her life. That became fashion then, and then became common. It's an installation, it is conceptual, it's performative, it's also interactive in the sense that although it is a piece that is analog and does not require film or video to document, but it is enhanced by that.
Thank you, sir.
Can you post that on the page?
Yes, I can.
And we'll see it on the page?
But I am going to go plug it in.
Okay.
There we go. Code found.
Code
Would you
brown.
like to go to the Facebook?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, and it brings us to the Tim Carroll Facebook page where we can post photos of Tim working and of the exhibition as it changes.
Ta-da.
Here it comes,
Look
here
at
it
that.
comes.
There we are. Oh, the Facebook
The
event page.
Facebook!
Now post away.
That's how it works.
You need your house call.
Okay. How's my hair? It is meditative work, and I do find a certain satisfaction involving myself in that repetitive motion and the quietude of it. But it keeps coming back to contrast for me, though. I still think that being true is very exciting and very visceral and very energetic work. It's just running at a different rate of time. For me, it can be at once monotonous, but at the same time sort of freeing mentally, because it becomes sort of an analog meditation. It being performed live as a piece of work is integral to it because it has a beginning and a middle and an end. It will end. But at the same time, it can go on forever. So it's another contrast there in that it's infinite in its way. I mean, somebody else could continue drawing the lines after I was dead, but it's also finite. guess I'm interested in exploring time. Installation will last from the opening night and the first line to the closing night and the last line. And then what goes on in between is really what the work is about.